Amid statewide calls to conserve water, a Cedar City man says despite several calls for help, water is leaking from an irrigation pipe, and it's happened for the past 2 weeks.
Samantha Hoffman is in Cedar City. Where's this water coming from?
The leaking pipe behind me is for irrigation water. Cedar City officials tell me that many canals and ditches across town are owned by irrigation companies. The man I spoke with says that his property line ends right at this fence, but with the pipe so close, the water is leaking into his yard.
This pipe, it comes up, it distributes water, irrigation water to people down here. It's been leaking for roughly 2 weeks now. At one point it was fairly severe.
And severe it was, at one point pouring water into Bruce Lund's yard.
This whole area was a little pond, basically.
He dug out a ditch to try and get the water to flow away from his yard. While that's helped, the leak continues.
It's constantly leaking, and then you can see the water running all the way back through here.
A city representative tells me they checked out the scene and found an open valve they closed. But they said this canal is owned by the South and Westfield Irrigation Company, adding I should contact their VP, Dan Dotson. Lund says he's been talking with Dotson, who said they're going to get a crew together with UDOT to dig up and fix the valve. Have they given you any timeline on when this is going to be fixed?
No, they haven't. It'll be fixed when it gets fixed. And that's not acceptable.
When I called the number to verify, the employee wouldn't tell me his name or who he worked for. Though later when I searched the number online, Dan Dotson's name came up. Over the phone, the employee said to me, it's not a crazy leak for an irrigation ditch. Between him and his neighbors, they haven't maintained the ditch. The problem is being worked on. We are trying to align resources. Dan mentioned it had something to do with not taking care of the ditch. What do you have to say to that?
It's not my property. If they're not taking care of the ditch, then they're not taking care of the ditch.
Lund is frustrated, saying the rushing water has brought a smell, kept him from letting his dogs out due to the mud, and wasted water.
If it's over 2 weeks now and a little trickle, I mean, that's going to add up to gallons and gallons of water that could be used properly.
I called Dotson's office phone today and left a message, but he did not reply. Last night when I called the cell number, the man denied an interview, saying this isn't of public interest, and quote, I do not think the news is in charge of making sure individuals' needs are taken care of. In Cedar City, Samantha Hoffman, KUTV News.